So, I've been a long-time user of Wise myself, mainly for its cross-border currency transactions, mainly for my investments. But my recent trip to Japan, that was a huge game changer. So if you're totally new to Wise or you're still on the fence about whether or not to sign up one for yourself, well, you're in for a treat because in this video, I will dive into the features and updates that make Wise the absolute must-have card for you. Let's get started. Let's begin by addressing the elephant in the room. Is Wise legit or is it safe to use? Well, to begin with, they are a publicly listed company in the United Kingdom. So essentially, they are scrutinized and governed more strictly as compared to private companies. And outside of the UK, they are also licensed and regulated in more than 10 different countries. For example, here in Malaysia, it is licensed by Bank Negara Malaysia, BNM. And over in our neighbor country, Singapore, they are licensed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS. And to make it even better, your money with Wise, at least for Malaysians, it is actually kept separately with OCBC Bank, so you can be assured that it is safeguarded by a top tier bank. In terms of their app security, they also have two-factor authentication system, 2FA, for their users, which means added security for your money. Anyways, what sets Wise apart in this crowded market of financial solutions? Well, for starters, it's their ability to provide real-time access to the mid-market exchange rate, which means the conversion rate you're getting is very close to that of Google. Or in simpler words, you are losing just a little bit of money when you do any currency conversions. If you like numbers, well, converting currencies with local banks could easily cost you upwards of 2 to 3% and sometimes even 5% when you consider all the fees involved. But with this Wise card, that fee has shrunk to be lower than 0.7% on average. More on the fees and pricings in the later section. And of course, Wise does come with a prepaid debit card that you can get at about 13 ringgit 70 cents here in Malaysia. It allows us to hold over 40 different currencies like Malaysian ringgit, Sing dollar, US dollar, Thai baht, Japanese yen, and so many more. This also means you can lock in some cash in your preferred currencies when the exchange rate is what you want in advance and even months ahead, and that can obviously help you save some extra bucks from the fluctuation in the exchange rates. And oh, by the way, do you know that you can ask Wise to notify you on a specific exchange rate so that you can convert at the best rate possible? Yep, it's a feature that they offer themselves. Very handy if you are preparing for a trip but there's still say a long time to go, so why not convert at the preferred exchange rate, right? And optionally, for those of you that hate physical cards like this one, Wise also comes out with up to 3 free of charge digital or virtual cards that only exist online or in their mobile app. So these cards have a different set of card details from this debit card, but they can be withdrawn from the same balances in the account. And yes, you can also choose to add your Wise card to Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Samsung Pay as well. Another great use case for the virtual card is when you shopping say online, especially on websites that you don't really trust or you are reluctant to share your credit card information. That virtual card comes in handy because you can set up a subscription using the virtual card and or check out your online purchase. So technically, you are safeguarded from any fraudulent activities if your card or personal information is breached. And to make it even better, you can freeze your card instantly and easily from the Wise app itself. And also, you can withdraw cash from your Wise debit card at ATMs all around the world for free up to a certain limit. But do remember to activate that function first by withdrawing any amount from your local ATMs, or you can also pay using PIN at least once. Why is that necessary? Well, apparently it's a one-time security measure to make sure that this card is ready for international use. So if you're running out of cash on your overseas trip like I was in Japan, gosh, they literally use cash everywhere. Well, no problem, just head on to any of their ATMs that support Visa cards, put your Wise card into it and then just withdraw like how you would with your usual debit cards. And before you ask, Yes, their fee is super competitive. Back then, my 30,000 yen withdrawal cost me a small fee of 220 yen, and that's about 0.7% in equivalent, on top of the mid-market exchange rate. You can't get any better than that. And there's also this one extra feature worth mentioning, their smart auto convert technology that will automatically convert your spending into any currency they support. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say if you don't have enough currency in Sing dollar for a meal in Singapore, then the Wise Card's smart conversion will automatically convert your balance from say ringgit or Thai baht in your account with the lowest possible fees and best exchange rate. And the next thing you know, just swipe through and your conversion is through and you save more money, all without any hassle because these are all done at the back end. So for those of you who are not really good with numbers, this feature will come in very handy. So next, let's talk about the numbers because at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? Luckily with Wise, you will always know how much and what you are spending on as they have a transparent, clear and low fee structure. I will quote mostly based on Ringgit Malaysia since it's what's shown on my local website. First of all, it's good to know that there are no fees to open an account with them and no maintenance or those ugly subscription fees as well. So if you want this card for obvious reasons, then you will only need to pay 30 ringgit 70 cents and it should be shipped to you within 2 weeks on average. But guys, if you have gotten your card faster or slower, please comment down below how long it took your card to be delivered. Trust me on this one, there will be someone in the future looking in the comments down below for this answer for their upcoming trip. And next, as mentioned earlier, Wise provides 2 free ATM withdrawals of up to 1,000 ringgit per month. After that, you will be charged 5 ringgit per subsequent withdrawal and there will be a 1.75% fee on any amount withdrawn above 1,000 ringgit. And thirdly, in terms of its currency conversion, like I said earlier, Wise uses a mid-market rate to convert the currency. So here is a quick comparison of converting Sing dollar to Malaysian ringgit. Let's say you convert 1,000 Sing dollar, you will get a total of 3,531 ringgit and 97 cents, a total saving of more than 34 Sing dollar as compared to the banks. And by comparing these to the other exchanges, you can see that with Wise, you can get the highest amount in Malaysian ringgit. I don't know about you, but this is a heck lot of money lost just for some invisible exchange rate. And what is even more convenient is that you can easily perform this conversion check on their website in seconds. So feel free to play on it yourselves. But of course, to function as a company, Wise still needs to make money, right? But how they make money? Well, they do charge a transfer fee starting from 0.42% for each transaction and you'll be able to see them upfront even before you send them. And in my personal experience, that fee, which combines both variable and fixed fees, can vary from 0.4 to 0.7% each time. But just to manage your expectations, think of their average spread to be somewhere in the region of 0.7% for most conversions. And like I've said earlier, I don't just use Wise for travels because it is actually my go-to for funding my US stock investment with interactive brokers, because exchanging ringgit to US dollar can sometimes be very pricey, like in the region of more than 5% per cross-border transfer with our local banks. But luckily with Wise, that's no longer the case because they are now the official partner with interactive brokers, which means I can cheaply, less than 1% per transfer, and directly fund my US investment account with my Wise account with just a few taps on my mobile phone. It's really that easy now. And from my personal experience again, transactions between ringgit and US dollar are usually done within a few hours. So that's super convenient for me. So if you want to cash on the AI train right now and you are wondering which investment platform to use, I have one for you, Interactive Brokers. It is until today my main investment platform that offers the cheapest fees in the industry. Plus, they come with fractional shares trading, which means you can invest at any amount that you want. Very beginner friendly. So if you want to get yourself an investment account that is well regulated, easy to use and easy to fund, check out the link down below to open one for yourself today. But let's be real, Wise is not perfect and it is indeed far from it. they do have certain limitations as well, which I think you should be very well aware of. Firstly, although it has a wide coverage of 40 plus currencies, it is still unfortunately not available in certain countries. For example, if you find yourself working in say Taiwan, you will find yourself not able to use Wise to convert the new Taiwan dollar. So do check their official website before you bring this card for your next trip. And next, the Wise card comes with different limits on their transactions. So for some of you traveling to Western countries or just buying pricier items online, you might just find it to be a little bit too low with their default limit. But of course, you can always change the limits easily from the app or website on your own. And besides that, you also need to know that as compared to our usual savings bank accounts, Wise has a relatively smaller maximum holding limit of 20,000 ringgit for Malaysians, which to be honest is quite a bit of money, but also not much in the grand scheme of things. If you're wondering why, well, I guess it's not a secret anymore why our local regulators choose to give them such a low limit in order to control the outflow of our currency, right? Again, this differs from country to country, so please check with your respective ones on their official website if you are not from Malaysia. And last but not least, if you are someone who prefers a physical branch for customer support, I have bad news for you because Wise does not have one over here and everything is done online and by email. It could be a hit or miss with their customer service sometimes, but so far from my personal experience, there wasn't even a need for them at all, so I guess I'm pretty lucky in that sense. So that's all I have for you today. If you want to register for a Wise card, then I highly recommend you to do so using my link down below, because you will get a huge discount on your first international transfer, and that's essentially free money on the table for you. If you have any questions about Wise or Wise card, or if you had any experience using Wise cards in your travel before, please feel free to also leave them in the comments down below, because I'm sure many of us would like to read about that. Do remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below. But in the meantime, if you would like to explore more options on different travel prepaid cards in Malaysia, this video is made just for you. See you over there.